Hello! Happy Sunday! Welcome back or welcome to the Creative Heifer Show. My name is Jessica. I'm the Creative Heifer. Thank you so much for all of the views and your kind and encouraging words in the comments. Oh my gosh, you guys are so wonderful and I can't even begin to express my gratitude. You guys have just really made my day. Thank you so much. Okay, today we are going to do a review of the KnitPro Waves. Okay, so this is a review that I thought that I would have to do next Sunday because I did not know if they would arrive in time for this Sunday, but luckily they did, and I was able to do this review. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that I didn't mention in the review because we're going to get to the review in just a minute, but there's a couple of things that I need to go over because I didn't do it in the review and it's relevant to the review. So bear with me and we'll get through it. Okay. The first thing I wanted to talk about is you can buy these individually. Okay, and they're about $8.99 depending on the size that you want. Okay, and another thing to be aware of is that not all of these sizes are on Prime. So for instance, the 5mm and the 6mm is not on Prime. So you will have to pay the $5 shipping fee, okay? And then you'll have to wait for however long it's going to take to get to you, okay? So that is something to keep in mind if you are looking to buy these individually, okay? Another way that you can buy these is through their sets. Now they have two sets available, and one is their grand set that has all of the sizes, everything from a 2mm to a 12mm, and as of the time of this recording, that set is around $50 to $60, okay? The other set that's available is the deluxe set, and that set is everything from a 2mm up to a 6mm, okay? And that set is around $45, okay? But if you are looking to spend $45 and you're in the market for some crochet hooks because maybe you're new to crochet and you don't yet have a set, if you want to spend $45, I recommend getting the clover set, okay? Because the clover crochet hooks are worth their price, okay? It's a set that I use a lot and I can personally recommend the clover set, okay? This is what this crochet hook here looks like, and I'm going to get into the review in a minute. So you're going to hear about my thoughts on this, okay? What I want to talk about now is this flat gripper part, okay? Because this is supposed to be an ergonomic hook, okay? But the thing is, this front part here is flat, completely flat. Then on the back, it's completely flat, okay? And so that is going to be good for anyone who is a pencil holder and likes to crochet this way, okay? But if you're a knife holder like me, you may or may not find that so comfortable to use for a long period of time, okay? So that is another thing to keep in mind if you are looking to get one of these or if you're thinking about buying a set. Okay, so grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your project, and let's get into the review. The Creative Heifer Show. Alright, let's open this up and do first impressions. So this is the 9mm. Let's see if I can get this open. Packaging is not my friend, so I'm probably going to struggle with this. Push that. There we go. Alright, wow. Alright, look at that. The 9mm, wow. Okay. It feels kind of nice. Very sleek. Feels like the clover's a little bit sleeker. Just by feel, the clover is much sleeker and smoother. And this one, I don't know. Feels just a little rough. Let's try to get a close-up here. Well, there are some scratches, but that shouldn't affect anything. Feels kind of nice. It's very flat. Doesn't really feel like there's much down here. Well, it's a round like the Boyes, but it's kind of got like a flat, it's got like a flat bit right here, which is interesting. I guess this one kind of has a flat. The Tulip kind of has a flat like that. So I haven't really noticed that with the other crochet hooks. I don't know. Okay. Now it's a Boye style. Okay. We're going to see how this crochets in a minute. So I'm going to compare it with these three. This is a Boye ergonomic. You can buy a set of these for around $20, and I really like these. The only thing I don't like about this is that on the side it's got this ridge. Got this ridge on the side, and when you crochet for a long time, that will dig into your hand. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I really like the Boye crochet hooks, so that's why I got a set of these. The highest one that the Boyes come in is a 650, so I just have a 5 to compare. This is also a 5 in the clover. This is a standard clover hook. It's very sleek, it's very comfortable. If you are looking to get your first set of crochet hooks, I highly recommend the clovers. The clover is the perfect size, and these are just really good crochet hooks, and right now on Amazon I think they run about $44.99, and they are worth their price. You can get a set of the KnitPro Waves, and they'll also run you about $44 for the set, or $60 if you want the full set. And I just bought a 9mm because, number one, I didn't have a 9mm. I didn't have a 9mm, so I wanted to get one, and I kind of just wanted to try this specific brand out because I am thinking about maybe getting a set of them, but I didn't want to spend the money and get a set if I didn't know if I liked them. That like dented on the side. I don't know. I don't know if that looks dented on the side here. I'm sorry, hold on. No, that looks dented on the side. The camera probably is not going to focus on that because it's too shiny. So, now it looks like it's a little dented on this side right here. I don't know if that's just from where they folded it over. Yeah, looks a little dented. They feel nice though. It's very flat. I know that a lot of people are not going to be happy about the fact that this is very flat. It's a nice length though. If I compare it the length to the Boye is very long. You can see that. So this is size comparison, and this one would be this one would be the clover. So it's just a inch, just a few inches, or just like, or like not even an inch. It's like even like maybe a half an inch bigger than the clovers. And then the Tulip is the smallest crochet hook. So you can see the size comparison. That. See the size comparison. Okay. So my personal favorite crochet hook is the clover. It's the perfect size for my hand, and I have small hands. The tulips are nice, but I find that they are a hair too small for my hand specifically. So, and these are all 5s. Going back to the KnitPro Waves, let's see how it crochets. Okay, because I can't find my chenille yarn, I have chosen this number 4 worsted weight yarn, and this blue and green color. I'm going to do this sample held double. And I'd like to apologize in advance for any background noise you may hear. I'm having to do this part late at night, and everyone is home, they're watching TV, and they can get a bit loud. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a slip knot in case you are new and have never done one. What you want is a 6-inch, about a 6-inch tail. You're going to wrap around your finger the yarn, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the back and pull up that loop a little bit, and then take your tail and insert it through the loop, and that creates a little lark's head knot. Take your crochet hook, insert it into that loop, remove your finger, and then hold on to the 2 tails and go ahead and pull them nice and tight, and that is your slip knot. Okay, let's get started with our little sample here. I will say that this crochet hook is a little slippy. It has a nice glide to it. It's not as glidey as the clover or the tulip, but it does have a nice glide. Okay, we're going to do some single crochets now for this sample. And it may be a little hard to get into these stitches. I think that might be due to my tension. Not 100% sure if it has anything to do with the top of this crochet hook. It's not as pointy as some of the others.
don't know if you can tell through the camera, but this is not as pointy. So I don't know. At least I don't think it's as pointy, because I do seem to have some issues sometimes with getting it into the stitches, but again, that could just be my tension and not the fault of the hook. So take it with a grain of salt. Trying to keep these samples short, so we don't want to be here all night. Okay. And that is using the KnitPro Waves. Okay. The next one we're going to use is the Boye. And because this is a smaller crochet hook, and this is held double, this is the equivalent of a number 6 bulky, and this crochet hook is too small for it. So keep that in mind. There may be some issues. So this is the Boye ergonomic. Again, we're just going to do some single crochets to test it. I'll say this is one of the crochet hooks that I use on a regular basis. This is one of the crochet hooks. This is the brand of crochet hook that I started out with when I was first learning to crochet. So I'm very familiar with this style. So for me, I think this is a brand that just holds a lot of nostalgia, and I think that that's why I ended up buying this particular set. Okay, and that is with the Boye. Okay, next we're going to do the clover. And you'll see how slidey this is. This will go real fast. Sometimes it goes too fast. But yeah, that is the problem with using a small hook on yarn that is being held double. Just takes a little bit more time. Trying to speed through it, but I'm also trying to be a little cautious because I don't want to don't want to miss any of the yarn. I want to get them both through there. Okay. And that is with the clover. And the last one we're going to do is the tulip. Gotta say, the tulip is my least used hook because I just find it to be a bit too small for my hands, and I have small hands. So don't know what that's about. I don't know, I just really prefer the clovers. They're just such a good brand. Again, I'm trying to be careful. This is a much smaller hook, even though it doesn't really look that much smaller. It is. Okay, and that's with the Tulip. Okay, my final thoughts on the KnitPro Waves 2.0 crochet hook. Well, I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. It didn't wow me. To me, it just feels like a standard Boye hook. And honestly, I think they are way overpriced. I would not consider a set because I think that they are just way overpriced for what they are. And so if you're considering buying a set, or if you're curious about the KnitPro Waves crochet hook, I'd say save your money. And that is my opinion about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.